Hey everyone. Okay. Hello. As you may know from my last video, I am Mollie Guac. That's MOLLIE GUAC. Thank you for tuning into another video. This is my shopping haul. If you know me in real life, you know, bitch, I love a sale. Like, I love shit that's cheap at an even cheaper fucking price because a holiday just passed or a season's out. So you will catch me from time to time at all the local stores like Walmart, Target, Savers, looking for an extra special discount.
Would you like $1 or do you want to double it and give it to the next person?
Give it $1.
And today I went shopping with my mom, who chauffeured me around to Party City, Dollar Tree, Walmart, you name it, we went there. Before we get into that, I want to show off the mug. I'll put the makeup time-lapse here and some photos of the look. This look was made of yarn. I made it because I was trying to learn to crochet and I totally couldn't. Like, I could not figure it out for the life of me. So instead, I hot glued it into like fringe layers and I made like a really beautiful, gross mess of yarn. A lot of it's braided, some of it's not, some of it's clumpy, some of it's super even. So it's really just like a big practice of upcycling yarn, except for the hair. I have a huge yarn wig made out of a bunch of acrylic yarn, black balls. Let me rephrase. I used the yarn things that you get from the store. I'm gonna leave that there because you know what that means. And yeah, I got my gloves from TEMU, which we will get into later. Trust, I'll do my TEMU haul. But honestly, I was inspired to make this video because I went to Party City and they were having like a close the store all must go sale. So everything was like nearly 80% off. And I was like, are you joking? Like, this is my wet dream. So yeah, let's get into it. So yeah, I guess we'll start first with this hemorrhoid cream. Guys, I had a hemorrhoid last month and it's gone now thanks to this. Definitely buy this. It's called hemorrhoid cream. Next, we're gonna do TEMU. I know that people have big issues with TEMU and I do too. But also drag is really expensive and I feel like me giving them like $40 a few times a year is not the difference between like the end of the world and the continuation of the world, so to speak. So if you're mad, definitely leave a hate comment and a death threat. I will read it and take it to heart. Anyway, from TEMU, bitch, I spent like $30 on so much shit. They had like this big flash sale for New Year's, and I knew they would. Honey, I went on TEMU.com the second it hit December 30th for them sales. I got this bubble gun. I might demonstrate it, might not. I don't know. I'm kind of overwhelmed by it right now. But on the like gun motif, I also got this money gun from Walgreens. Bitch, it was $5 from like 15 or some shit. It was like in the Christmas section. Like, it comes wrapped. Bruh. Can you believe how lazy we are as a society? Like, you buy something and the packaging is the wrapping now. Like, that's kind of creative as fuck, but also like, whatever happened to just doing things ourselves? The first item I want to talk about is this craft material from TEMU. If you're not on TEMU for crafts, like, what are you doing? Like, the shit is so cheap and it's like as good as Michael's sometimes, most times, because it's all junk, you know what I mean? So like, get it fucking cheap, get it quick, get it from TEMU. Not sponsored. Actually, don't get it from TEMU. If you can not shop online, and especially from like a fast fashion site like TEMU, please don't. But if you're really broke like me and crafty like me and you have to, like, it's a really good resource. So this is called pampas grass, I believe, and it mimics like the look of a feather almost, but it's so cheap. Like, you get this entire bulk for like $2. And mind you, like, a single ostrich feather is like at least $2, usually more. I got this clown collar, which is so cute. It's made entirely of tulle. Super into it. I needed another white collar that wasn't the one I got bananas all over. If you were at Petrichor, you know. If you weren't, fuck you. I expect an apology in my DM like yesterday. I got another corset because you can't go wrong with like too many of these. This one's like super itty bitty just for the waist. Yeah, it snatched me right, and photos here, whatever. Y'all know what a fucking corset looks like. I'm not gonna lie. Next, I got this like witch collar, which is kind of shit. I hate it. Don't buy this. Next, I got this like beautiful necklace. It's kind of cheapy feeling, but like I'm a drag queen. If it sparkles, I want it. You know what I mean? Shout out Jewel Sparkles for being on it like that. Next are some lip things. I got this like crazy silicone lip moment thing. I think they're made for blowjobs. Like, I'm not totally sure. I think that they're also to, like, relax your face or something, but I don't need help with that. I also got the same things, but, like, for dental. Dental experimentations that, like, the dentist does on you, where you, like, have to keep your mouth open and then, like, straighten your teeth or something. It was, like, $2 for all 3 of these, so I'm sure there's, like, microplastics in my blood because I put this in my mouth, but go get you some dental ornaments and be weird like me. Next, I got this eyeliner tool. It's, like, a weird shape that makes, like, the eye go, like, correct. This was, like, that one-click buy. Like, they got me here. This was, like, 30 cents, and I'm like,
keep the little bum-ass money. Keep it.
Fuck you. I'll give you my quarter. Give me the piece of shit. I want it. And then I got these really awesome nails, which I need to put on for you. They're like rings, and honestly, like, I cannot recommend these enough. This is the 3rd time I'm buying them, but every time I buy them, I lose at least 3. And then it's like no longer a set. And of course, I bought silver and then gold. So now I don't have a full set of either because they're different. But now I have a full set of silver because they got a restock. I mean, sue me. I don't have it with me because it's sort of large, but I also got a mermaid skirt from TEMU for super cheap, and that's for an upcoming look I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a cuntier, no, oh my god, not cuntier, I cannot say that. It's Mollie Does Divine. I don't know how else to say it, but I'm gonna do Divine's iconic Pink Flamingos look where she gives her presidential speech.
Kill everyone now. Condone first-degree murder. Advocate cannibalism. Eat shit. Filter my politics.
So iconic, and I just really want to wear that red gown in like a more androgynous way. And I got some really nice tulle for 30 bucks at Joann's, like so much tulle because I want it to be draggy. Like I want it to be like, I want that mermaid to be out, honey. So, you know, like when that's being worked on officially, like I will totally update y'all and put it on my Instagram. But for now, we will move on. Family Dollar. I knew the Christmas shit would be cheap, and I got like 50 yards of blue tinsel for literally like $2. Like it was quarters for each of them. This is just to tell you guys, like once a season or holiday is over, go to those stupid fucking stores and get whatever for super cheap. Otherwise it goes in the trash. So save it from a fucking garbage heap and pay for it for like a fucking dime. Do it, bitch, because you can make a cunty costume out of it. Drag can come from literally anything. So if you have some shit laying around, a lot of my initial drag was made from stuff that my parents and grandparents had sort of just held on to for some reason, like baby doll heads or baby dolls that I took the heads off of. They weren't keeping baby doll heads. That's kind of weird if they were doing that. No offense to anyone who collects baby doll heads, but that's just kind of weird and strange. And if you do that, like, I'm kind of not into you. Honestly, doll people are kind of weird. I hate the dolls. Moving on from Family Dollar, there wasn't that much there. It was kind of picked clean. I kind of missed my chance to get the big stuff, but I got some ribbon and some tissue paper as well. And I'll get into this now because I'm going to do a piñata costume for my Club Kid show on February 28th, featuring myself and Tyler Kitten through Boston Stampede, my collective of fabulous rotating drag artists at Jacques Cabaret. So pardon that mouthful, but if you are in Mass and want to go to that, totally go, because I'm going to do a piñata look with this tissue paper. I'm going to sort of become like this iconic horsey thing and have 2 of them on my tits and then like take them off and candy will go everywhere. Sorry if I'm touching my nose a lot. This costume has been in a bag for like a fucking year probably since I made it. So it's really dusty, low-key, super cheap. And on the Walmart tee, I got this lip pillow, which I'm super into. I think it's so fun, and I'm totally gonna make it like a bra moment. Like I think this on the chest is so fun, or maybe even like a fascinator. That's again just me saying, like, if you see something that's fun and campy, like, hot glue exists for a reason. Like, hot glue it to a dress and like bam, you have drag. Now for like the meat and potatoes of the shopping haul. I got a lot of other things, but I'm deciding that it's not really interesting enough for me to show you. So I'm just gonna move on to the Party City haul because, honey.
Go back to Party City where you belong.
Honey. All of this for like under $50. I think it was $55 total for... Bruh. So first I got disco ball earrings. They're so cunty and cute and campy. I was like, I want to be a disco ball as a costume soon. And on that note, this was one of the more expensive items I got, but it's like this cunty fucking hat. Like, oh my god, do you see that reflection? It's like covered in mosaic disco ball tiles. Moving up in that, I got these angel wings. So cheap. I think these were like $4. But they look like they're floating when they're on your back, apparently. So I'm excited to see. They also had an option that was like an LED moment, but I don't know. That kind of made me uncomfortable and reminded me of the Vivien's. Oh my god, rest in peace, the Vivian. I'm gonna drag her now. Her like horrid light up All-Star 7 look. The Vivian is an angel now, but in that angel costume, it was not getting into heaven for me. I also got this white boa. This was probably $2. I wanted to combine these with a bird look that I made a while ago, but I don't like how it came out. So I'm going to kind of reinvent it and try to make it more interesting and fun. I'm not sure if that will ever happen, but I'm taking the steps to do it. So fuck you. And then I got this like metallic mirror skirt. Again, like I'm a drag queen. If it's reflective, I want it. I got more shit for my piñata look, but they had tablecloths in like rainbow colors. So I'm gonna add them to like the bottom of the piñata gown so that I have some volume there and it's not totally like rectangular. And then I got these beautiful gemmed gloves for literally dollars. Like these were $20 and on sale for like under $4. More cheap shit is this tinsel jacket. It seemed like it would be cool as fuck. So we're gonna see, but I mean, I want to be her. I got some spider webs because I love to add a cobweb to an outfit. I feel like it usually kind of completes it and makes it look a little bit more like weathered and interesting. Two things I just love being. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I manically bought this day. I would say I did not spend over $100 on all this shit, and it's so much shit. I mean, it's probably not the most highest of quality things in the entire world, but like, okay, and fuck you. Last speed round moment, I'm going to show off all of these stuffed animals that I bought from Savers. These were expensive. I probably spent like $70 on stuffed animals just on this bag. Yo, I have bought this bag of stuffed animals from Savers like 4 times now, but I'm gonna show off the stuffed animals I'm doing because I'm making a gown made entirely of stuffed animals, and it has taken me like tens of hours to buy the stuffed animals, gut them, and attach them to the gown. I still have so much work to do for it, so I can't wait to get back into Boston and hot glue my fucking tits off. With that said, I will do a speed run of all the stuffed animals I bought for that. Let me put my glove on. I'm gonna just put my glove on from TEMU. Y'all know the tea. I'm not apologizing for like the 4th time. Bruh. Okay, well, I'm sorry I bought from TEMU. I'm sorry. Forgive me. But yeah, we're gonna get into season 17, episode 2 of RuPaul's Drag Race. So let me put my glove on. I do need an assistant, so if you're interested in being like my house slave and you know, just like hold my shit and like help me make these, email me, mollieguac@gmail.com.
Bruh.
MOLLIEGUAC at gmail.com. Serious inquiries only. Let's get started. I hope y'all like that haul moment. I thought it was really fun to do, and I wanted to sort of just give y'all a behind the scenes look at what my drag is like, and you know, what I do when I'm not making, and how I find these materials that I make things out of. Ooh, look at me. So we're gonna start off with the episode first. This episode was like a little bit less good than the first premiere, which is like every time. You know, like Drag Race needs to just make that premiere not 2 parts, but like an extra long episode. Like they can do the 2 groups and then have the finale at the end, but like I don't understand why we didn't just get this content last week. You know what I mean? Because now I feel like I'm sort of repeating myself with my ideas from the first episode, because like this is the first episode in a way, but not really. So I don't know, RuPaul, like please email me. I'll put the email here again. Please email me and reach out. I would love to be on the team and fix this train wreck. The episode starts with Acacia being kind of hurt about being in the bottom, but I'd be mad too, especially because she came in here hooting and hollering about how she was the country girl and gonna like give us music of our dreams, and it just like did not connect with anyone. Bitch! I lived that she was being feisty in this episode. She was a little delusional, but you gotta be delusional to be a drag queen, so I was here for it. Sam Star had the nerve to call her like faux country. I was like, what was fake country about that? Like, I thought it was fine. I kind of hope that she doesn't go home first. I don't know who I want to go home. I kind of love all these bitches. They're also like, I don't know, real. Like, chill. Anyway, then we get into like this classic Drag Race trope of everyone being like, oh, the game has finally begun on week 2. And I'm like, then what was last week? The game has started. You know, like it's not starting now. It kind of took me out that Lawrence Chaney came in to do that like weird cake or cock thing. I love her, but I'm still sort of confused as to why she won season 2 of UK. If you haven't watched that season, go watch it now. It's so good. But like they edited it in a way that was like Bimini is going to win. And Lawrence is like fading into the background and like becoming self-conscious as the quarantine continues and as the competition gets more tough. And then they gave her the crown. It was so unsatisfying to me as a viewer. That whole season was built towards someone else winning, and then they didn't do that. It was like Roxy versus Angeria. I was like, bitch! Oh, they're editing Roxy to be like the queen of queens. Like, she's gonna win. And then she didn't. It was like, well, now Angeria gets this unfair cloud over her head about you didn't deserve that title. But I do love her. She's hilarious. I think that she's so cunty and fierce, and I was so happy to see her either way. One more thing about this season is everyone's horny as fuck.
Mind your head, I'm kinda wet. Running down my vagina. Titties. Titties. Running down my vagina.
Oh my god, can y'all please bring some magazines and some lotion to these hotel rooms? Because why are you coming to work horny?
Why are you running?
Why are you trying to goon
Why are you
in the workroom?
Why are you running?
Bitch, get to work.
Period! Period! Period!
But on that note, it was taking me out that Ariadne and Lucky were both verse. I was like, girl, you know what? Anything's possible. Anything is anything now, you know? Fuck it. I'll top you. And moving on to the runways, because not a lot happened this episode. Like, it was kind of dry. It just felt like riding the coattails of the first episode, because it was like a 2-part premiere and a whole week apart, and it's just like the hype is gone now. Like, I want to see people go home now. Okay, so then we get Sam Star giving us real country. It was fine. I mean, like, the second she got on stage, I'm like, oh, brother. You know, like, I kind of said everything I needed to last week about the original song thing. But it was cute, and it was not any more country than Acacia Forgot's last week. If anything, Acacia's was more country than this. This felt like Pop Princess. This felt like Sabrina Carpenter shaking that S, you know, just so popified versions of country. But I guess she had a hay bale. I don't know. I guess she did win the country off in some way. I liked the outfit. It was really cute. No complaints from me. Okay, part 2 of shit on my head just not really working. This is tied on with a piece of yarn, so like I will be pausing to fidget with it frequently, so get ready. But no, Sam was fine. It was fine. It was fine. It was fine. It was fine. Okay, moving on to Anya Nerve. For a second, I was gonna say this girl is allergic to serving. Like, fully breaks out in hives if something happens that's cunty near her. Like, she just can't handle it. But then I was like, you know what? No, the number was cute. I felt like it was okay for an original song. I remember the in, the out, the in, the out, and all the burger references were giving me plain Jane. Like, after last week, I watched Burger Finger like a billion times and realized that it is a masterclass at drag and RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, truly, it is so funny, so ridiculous, so campy, so sexy, so, like, fun. But yeah, the outfit was fine. I'm just like, what was that hair with it, though? Like, she looked so... like, gravity was trying to pull her down. Again, it was, like, not pushed enough for it to be a lip sync that was special. You know, like, there's something about, like, Alexi Love lip sync from this episode that was memorable, or Anitra, because they combined another talent in roller skating or breaking some wooden shit. And, like, there's something there with their original song and lip sync. Even Susie, she had, like, the Gettysburg Address and some tap dancing going on, so it wasn't just the original song and the shit we see them do every week. You know, but this kind of felt like, okay, what else? Last thing I'll say about Anya is she looked like she was in the void. Like, Tibiana, what was the budget for these girls? Like, why did Lucky have, like, a moving bicycle cart of lemonade and Anya is in the back room?
Is there no budget this time around?
I wanted her to have more on the stage because her presence was lacking, and it was really emphasized by the fact that she was just surrounded by darkness. Next, we have Crystal Envy. I did not care for the song, but because of all the reveals that she had in the number, I was totally fine with it. Nothing in that song was memorable to me, but the costume coming off and that tilt-a-whirl thing that she did, I was, like, obsessed. I thought that was so fun. It felt like there was moving parts there, but that wig was kind of insane. I feel like it was a hard wig and no one's clocking it. Again, I feel like I'm the only one being a hateful bitch, but I was looking at it the whole number being like, oh, it's wiggy in here. She's one to look out for. I can't with that confessional look either, but you know what, Crystal Envy, you get a pass from me. This was a good week for you. There's an ad. Hold on.
Oh, of course. Is that another ad?
Hormonal Lisa was next doing stand-up. I knew she was gonna bomb, but she didn't. My thing is, people are, like, saying she bombed, and I'm like, well, maybe if there were people in this venue, it wouldn't be so hard to do comedy. Like, why are we still doing this shit for, like, 3 people and the cast? I want to see the queens get into the audience and crowd work and, like, get the dollar bills and interact with people and, like, really do authentic local drag. I think that would be so important for people in the show to see drag at that caliber in, like, a local bar setting. Not necessarily a local bar setting, but things are there that are reminiscent of a local drag show. Because in what drag show do you go to and it's 3 people watching the stage? I mean, aside from, like, a Stampede show.
Okay. Shady bitch. Sorry.
But anyway, Jewel Sparkles at one point was like, girl, where are the jokes? And I'm like,
Bruh.
well, she just told one. Like, girl, were you listening? Like, I thought it was kind of fine. Oh my God. I feel like Hormona got so much shit for this. And, like, for why? I thought it was fine. The outfit was so fun too. I love that big boa that she had. I think it would have been more Southern and fitting for her story had she gone, like, everything's bigger in Texas with it all. Like, have the big Mistress wig and, like, the big mermaid gown. And, you know, maybe if Mistress had just been on the stage, I would have enjoyed it a bit more. Okay, next is Corey King. And, y'all, this was fave. I think this was hilarious. Every line was funny and clever and witty. I thought that the costume was fun once the skirt came off. But when it was on, it was giving me a little bit of, like, figure skater tease. But I love the hair with it. I love the shoe. I love the whole thing. And that ice belt could have been a little bigger too. You know, that's just kind of nitpicky. I was obsessed with her energy. And Sam Starr was like, girl, you should have glued on those ice cubes more. And I'm like, well, she was moving.
Bruh.
In a way that you weren't, Sam. You know, like, of course her shit was falling apart because she was, like, busting ass on that stage. The ending when she's like, all done, and, like, death dropped, I laughed. And shady producers for recording at the angle to see that ice cube fall off of her belt. Not only that, but to add a sound effect.
All gone.
They want my girl in the bottom. They don't want my girl to go far in this competition, and she better, because she is so charming and everything in the similar way that Monet is, which is funny because she wore the Monet costume for her runway, but she just has so much similarity to Monet in the way that her biggest talent is being really likable. Like, absurdly likable and charming in every way. Is there really another fucking ad? Like, I'm fast forwarding through the video and it's giving me ads. Like,
This is so fucked!
okay, next is Lana Del Rey. I love that it started with Lux and her moving puppet mouth. That was very fun to me. And then it just immediately became another forgettable lip sync to your song number. And this one was especially forgettable because the only thing she talked about was how cool she was. And I'm like, I don't even know you yet, girl.
And
Chill. There was just so much of like, oh, she's doing a song. Can't wait for it to be over. Last and definitely far from least was Lexi Love. She came out in this beautiful fucking garment that was sort of see-through, sort of cellophane-esque. It was super high on these shoulders, giving me the drag I wanted from tonight and giving me like a princess fantasy of like princess goes to the roller rink. And then that end where she was doing the split into the split into the split. So fucking clever and cool. And it ended with the dizzy sound. But she knows what's up. I adore this queen, and I'm so happy that she was ranked in the top because I know that the judges weren't really judging and the queens can make up their own decision. But I'm happy that they didn't put our grandma in the bottom. I still don't really know what that thing on her crotch was, but it was cunty nonetheless. Okay, onto the runways. Acacia forgot in this, like, tragic square. This is like another hard boot from her. It was so sad for me. I loved the bustier and then like the look in her face and the wig with everything, but I don't know what that bottom part was. It was like depressed and again affected by gravity very hard. So from the front, it was not cute, but from the back, it was honestly fine. Like, I wish that it had just been the back part on the front as well, like mirrored, so that we could see like the crotch and then the butt. I feel like that would have made it look more like a jellyfish and more like maybe some sort of yummy dessert rather than like this depressing tapestry that's just been like put on her body. I do like that color on her though. I thought that it suited her well and her butt looked really good. I was like, Harry, hello. Anyway, Arietti shocking me yet again. I'm so happy that she's not being basic and being so conceptual and concise with everything that she does. And again, I don't know what this look is or what it means, but like, I believe it. It looks good. She's confident in it. Like, I believe it. And I love that it's Is It Cake without being super like, I'm a cake. Even though I would probably do that, but I love when people think outside the box. So this was a shoot for me. This was beautiful. This was the first one that came down the runway where she had like her butt showing with no thong, but things on the pads. And I was like kind of having an issue with that because I'm like, well, where's the thong, girl? Like, a butt has cheeks and you sort of just have like two pads coming down. So like, where is the thing in the middle? Where's the crack? So this was like the teaser of what's to come because at least there was gems in the middle. And I was like, oh, she's like a bedazzled fembot. Crystal Envy, I didn't get this reference, and apparently it's like some sort of like girl on the beach. I don't know. It seemed kind of weird, that ad. I was like, I don't know if this is something we should be like recalling. Like, I feel like in 5 years, we're going to look at that and be like, oh, well, that's canceled. It felt kind of like, I don't know, sexual in a way. Like, why is the dog pulling at her panties? And she's like, oopsie. I don't know. I think the whole thing is just a little bit too, something's wrong with it. So I can't wait in 5 years for us to look back at her doing this reference and ending her career fully. And that bodysuit was a chop though. Because right now it looks like that Trinity the Tuck that she had on during the You Spin Me Right Round, Baby Right Round. What did I just say? The outfit that she had on here. That look was crazy, and this look reminds me of that craziness. Okay, next Hormona, I'm going to talk about the lip sync, because why was she in her talent show look, and then Crystal was in her... Oh, wait. I just confused myself, I'm sorry. Why was Hormona in her talent show look in the bottom, and Acacia was in her runway look? That was confusing to me. I was like, shouldn't they both be either in their talent show or their runway look? Like, what is happening right now? Then I was thinking, like, did they get a choice? Or was it just like whatever they had on was like, girl, go lip sync. We don't care. But her on the runway was really cute. I thought this look was awesome. And everyone being like, we've seen it before. You know what we've seen before? Pretty much everything. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but this is season, like, 5 million of Drag Race. Like, sorry that everything can't be the most original thing ever. I thought that this look was fine. It wasn't breaking any boundaries, but, like, I really hated that butt reveal with, like, the cakes on her back. I was like, bruh, those need to be on the butt, mama. Like, No, that needs to come down. I think that she's getting so much hate. I feel bad. I really like her. Moving on to Jules Sparkles. Shout out to Bob for also hating this name. This look was whatever. We've seen it before. We've seen stars on the runway. We've seen blue on the runway. So I hated it. It was stupid and lame. I think she looked cute. It was making me laugh because like George's in that It's So Muggy thing like has the red, white, and blue thing.
It's so muggy out here.
And I'm like, maybe in my head because I've thought about it so much, they are like officially similar. I don't know. I think it's funny to kind of compare the two. But she looked sickening. I again thought that thong was so weird on the butt. I was like, where are the cheeks though? Like it looks like a loaf of bread. So I was kind of like, okay, we're getting several girls here with like very weird butts in the back. But no, I liked it. I thought that the hair being flat was a little sad as well, but like not sad. I mean, it was sadness. Overall, cute. It was Joella. No ma'am. No ma'am. No ma'am. I think that the front was honestly cute. I like the dress and the wig from the front. Everything from the back. I'm like, she turned around and walked backstage. I was like, mama, go faster. Mama, walk faster. Do not let us see more of this crunchy shit. Like, there was like cheap ass TEMU whips in the back and like hanging off that cage, and there's like shit on the butt, like handprints. I was like, what is the story here? Are we getting a 2-for-1 special and neither are good? No, I'm kidding. The front was really good. I love that wig. Again, people giving it a lot of shit for being Marie Antoinette. I'm like, we've seen it all though. Why are you so mad? Like, just because Raja did it really good one time 20 years ago doesn't mean anyone can never do it again. It's just fun to hate on Joella because, like, she's so delusional sometimes. But I kind of love a delusional queen on the show. So I hope that she is in the top 4. Love her. Next is Corey Kang. That first look that Monet had apparently was not fitting her right, to be honest. And then she like took the hat off, did like a hello thing, put it back on, and then twirled, and the hat just fell off. And I was like, huh? Like, did anyone else notice that? Like, the hat just kind of fell, and I was like, oh, it's on the ground now. Something about the stage being so void-like really makes things awkward like that. And I'll get into that with Sam Star's runway. But I was like, oh, the hat's just on the ground, and I can see it so clearly because everything else is so black. I loved her wig. I love that she wears so much blonde, and her pads were correct. I know that people are like, oh, it's not cake enough, but bitch, you could never. Look at her body. It's tea.
How y'all doing?
Next up is easily the best look of the night for me, Lana Del Rey. That back was cunty. I thought that the silhouette was there, that print was there, the hair, the makeup, like everything about her is just perfection to me. So I absolutely adore this runway. I thought it was so fucking amazing. Seriously, no notes. Okay, Lexi Love, when she came out, I'm like, wasn't this last week's prompt? Like, why does she have a mask on right now? But it was a really cool look. It kind of bothered me that she was holding it up so much. But you know what? For what it is, it was cunty. Like, I love the concept of being a TV with those colored wires coming down the body. It was sort of a jumpsuit, but sort of more nuanced. There were just intricacies that sort of elevated it from being a catsuit into something more conceptual, especially with that projection at the front. Okay, can I be an alternative queen hating alternative queens for a second? Because I'm already tired of Lucky Stars doing like essentially the same look every week. This is the 4th look that we've seen her in that is essentially the same thing to me. Can you wear something that's not a catsuit with like shit glued onto it?
Do you wear wigs?
No, I do not.
Have you worn wigs?
No, I have not.
Will you wear wigs?
Maybe.
When will you wear wigs?
I don't know. I feel bad saying that because I know it's her signature, but also, like, you can have a signature and not do it every time, you know? It's just sort of upsetting to me, and it's, like, the same silhouette every time. It's the same idea. It's the same, like, awkward butt padding. And this was especially bad, again, because it's the butt runway, and, like, why do you have just 2, like, sponges on you? Like, I want body right now. I don't know. It was giving me, like, Ursula meets being a Kia. Next is Lydia B. Collins, and This look was phenomenal to me. I thought this was so good. Her makeup is already better. I don't know what she did backstage, but she stopped doing that like crazy pig nose. I feel like it finally works for me. This dress was beautiful. I'm so inspired by that cutout in the middle, going like way onto the floor but not tripping on anything. And the big sleeves, those like bells that are just attached at the wrists. The silhouette was just so striking. And an updo, I feel like with so much going on, the hair has to go up. So she did that, and I live. And I love that this one wasn't as hodgepodgey as some of her other ones were. This felt like she was making a look and then finished the look and then did some details instead of like picking something from this look and this from there and this from that and getting all PC with it. Like this felt like a look on a runway. I will say that the spikes on the butt were kind of confusing to me. I felt like I loved them personally, but then I was thinking about it and I'm like, why though? Like, why not have some on the shoulders too, or like maybe on the eyebrows or something to sort of tie it all together, or even on the garment somewhere, but it was just randomly on the butt, and I guess that was to accentuate it. Lydia B. Collins, please email me and tell me what the spikes were on your butt, and also how they got there. Like, did Corey put those in? Girl. Next is Anya Nerve. She came out and I'm like, again, like, this girl can't serve.
And
she's allergic.
Shady bitch.
But then I was like, you know what? No, I'm being a hater. It's actually really cute. I think that the color is amazing on her. I don't like the fascinator, but everything else is like nearly there. I think that the body needs to be like more cinched and more out. She revealed into that like glitter tape on her butt in the shape of an X, and I was like, this is like strike 5 of someone turning around and their butt has like no cheek and no thong, no panty. I'm like, what is that loaf of bread I'm staring at? I need the people who are watching this to put a thong or underwear over their pads. I feel like it does not give butt unless there is something, or even just show your real butt. I mean, at this point, everyone's got a butt. Just show it. Harry? Sure. Next was Samstar. This is what I was talking about earlier, where it was like, she threw the bouquet and then the flowers landed at the front of the stage, and I was like, oh, they're just gonna stay there. And I feel like that's gonna happen every time someone does a reveal and leaves something on the runway. Like, it just looks so much more like an eyesore because the rest of the set is so... So I was laughing that no one caught her bouquet. That was funny. I like this look a lot, though. It's a little stiff, but you know what? Like, it's so craftsy. It's so campy, kitschy. I think it's so fun. I love the tiers of the cake and the fact that it all kind of comes together in the back. I think that she was going for a wedding dress, and if that's so, I think a veil would have helped, and also the cake being white in the back would have helped. Did she have a veil? If she did, it was not big enough because I kind of forget if it was there or not. Sorry. And if not, like, where was the cherry on top? And also, why did no one squirt whipped cream out of their boobs or have a whipped cream prop? I was like, hello, this is a dessert runway. I want to see cream.
This is a lip sync for your life. We need to see your lips. Take that thing off of your mouth.
And last, and maybe least, is Susie Toot. I actually know I like the look, but that dress at the beginning was way too long for her, and I was watching her, like, fall over on it. But I love that she had a story and was, like, doing her darndest to tell it. And the ears coming out, I did not expect that at all. Like, it was so fun. It was so campy. And it was a story that I could understand. You know, it wasn't too convoluted, too complicated or anything. One nitpick is when the dress came off, I could see the mule part end and then the body start. So I would have appreciated if it had been like a whole bodysuit moment rather than just pants, because I could see the skin under the corset. I think that her lips should be painted bigger, but other than that, this look was really cute to me. It was Susie cute. Okay, at the end of the episode, the bottom two are Acacia and Hormona. And again, wearing different outfits to like what they should be in my opinion. Or one of them was wearing the wrong outfit. I don't know who, and I don't know why they didn't clock it, but to me, Hormona won the lip sync until Acacia pulled that thing out her butt, and I was like, gag. Acacia should win for that. But Hormona was giving me face. She was giving me like, go to the door to Acacia. I don't remember the lyric because I don't really like the yes and era of Ariane.
Did it give Ariane? Did I give Arianka or no?
But I thought that she was so fun to watch. I love Hormona. And then she was eliminated, but not really. Period. get ready for Mollie Guac and Hormona versus the world next week, because everyone's gonna be mad that she stayed. That badonkadunk thing was really funny to me. And the fact that Hormona won it first episode, and I knew she would because they said that there's 2 people who can win. And I'm like, there's no way someone's going home tonight if this twist is being brought up. But yeah, it was a really interesting end to the episode because it felt like all the momentum had just fizzled with no one going home. And I hate when they do that. They did this in season 14 when they're like, people go home this episode. And then they came back an episode later as like a surprise. We weren't leaving. It's like, bruh, why not? Or at least be honest. Be like, no one's gonna go home tonight. I would appreciate the honesty, RuPaul. Please email me. That aside, I would love to see RuPaul in the badonkadunk. Like, why though? That would be iconic to watch RuPaul get dunked. But props to Michelle for doing it. I bet RuPaul has no interest. With that said, I'm very excited for next episode. And also, my last prediction was right about Hormona going home. She technically was supposed to and didn't, so I'm counting it as a Mollie Guac win. But next week, I think we will get Anya Nerve in trouble. She is just kind of like, something's missing there. And I hate to say it because her confessionals are really funny and she's really endearing to me. But it's just like, something about her is like, girl, you gotta step it up. Ugh, go. You know, like, go a little further with her. But she's not, and I don't know why. But anyway, I really like her a lot and I hope that she stays. I like all the queens. I feel like this is so fun for me. All of that aside, what I would have done for this runway, I would do Marie Antoinette. I would do it in the most unoriginal way ever. I would go to TEMU, look up Marie Antoinette costume, and wear that shit on the runway. How about that? Period! How about that, RuPaul? Also, the top 2 were Lexi Love and, okay, she forgot, lip syncing to Alter Ego by Doechii. Lexi Love did ultimately win. I think that was deserved. I think it was the right decision. Doechii's amazing. I can't wait for her to be big. Like, she's already getting there, but I love her music. I love that Alter Ego song. And both of them were a little bit frantic, that whole lip sync to it, but I can't blame them. Like, that's a frantic lip sync song. Like, how can you be calm? And Corey King, again, my sister, clocking it. The ta-da! That Lexi was doing, like that stiff drag queen voguing, which I love, but clocking it is fun. So points for Corey King. And with that, I think that's the end of this review. And also my shopping haul. So if you liked this, please leave it a like and buy me a sewing machine. My fucking sewing machine broke. Can you even imagine what it's like to be me? Bruh. My life sucks.
Yeah. Okay, love you guys. Don't forget to smile.